Obviously, Istanbul is a very special place.
I heard a lot of rumours about a Turkish side coming in.
I went to Samsunspor for 4 days to practice with the team. I heard that Galatasaray had some interest in me, so that's why maybe Besiktas I follow maybe more than other teams.
Well, first of all, welcome to everyone, and of course, a big welcome to Sami and Emile. Thank you for joining us. So these are our very lovely friends from Turkey that Fatih works for Carlsberg in Turkey. And every year he takes a big group to Anfield to watch a game, to play on the pitch. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that for a year and a half now. So we figured this was a nice way to give you a little bit of that Carlsberg and Liverpool zest by joining Sami and Emile. So obviously they don't need big introductions, but maybe just you guys actually from Turkey, you can just say a few words on who you are, so we understand our audience today, and then we'll just jump into it. So do you guys want to start? Fatih, maybe you can facilitate.
Okay, I'm Fatih Gülşah from the Carlsberg from Turkey, and Yiğitcan is also from the company. Before the Luisa joined, Burak and Bahadır talk about the Marke, the biggest football community in Turkey. They have approximately 1 million followers in Twitter.
Wow.
They are very powerful. Also, we have a special guest, Erman Yaşar. He is, I think, most popular commentator in Turkey. He commentates all the Premier League matches. That's all, I think.
Great.
Also, I should say we are really excited about to meet with you. We love you. We love Liverpool, as Luisa said. We miss Anfield pitch, I think. Next year, I think we will be there.
We will make sure you come. Don't worry. Don't worry. So I don't want to give a big introduction to Sami and Emile, but maybe Sami, you can just kick us off. Obviously, you played a very big game in Turkey a few years ago. I don't know if you want to just say a few words of what that means to you and what Turkey really means to you and your football career.
Yeah, obviously Istanbul is a very special place for me and my team then 2005 that I don't think any of us believed at halftime that we could come back to the game and to win it, but that was a special night that taught me that even if you don't believe in something, it can happen when you put maximum effort to everything. And it just clicked, and Jerzy Dudek had a great double save in the extra time, and winning it by penalties. It's a toss of coin that whoever wins, but we were better that night in the penalties, and nobody takes that away. But Turkey, actually, I remember one game with Finland in Turkey that we won 3-1. So that was one highlight as well. I think the Turkish team that time was very strong, and we made a big surprise by winning 3-1 in Turkey.
I mean, every time the Finnish team win, that's a little bit of a surprise, right?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Sorry, I couldn't help that one.
No problem.
Emile, any relationship with Turkey?
No.
Have you vacationed there? Maybe have you played there?
No, yeah, we played there. Obviously, Liverpool played there. We played UEFA Cup. I think I scored there as well in Galatasaray. So, yeah, always got good. I remember the stadium being with the fans in and just being so loud. Yeah, crazy. But it's a great atmosphere, and that's what we all play for the fans.
Good. Well, guys, this is actually up to you now. So the guys are ready to answer. I don't want to say all your questions, but most of your questions. And if not, then me and David is from Liverpool. We will jump in very politely. But I will leave it to you. And then we will actually turn off our camera so you can enjoy your time with Emile and Sami, and we don't get in the way. So take it away and enjoy.
If I may, I have a question. I really want to know that Sami and Emile both. I'm almost 40 years old, and I read a lot of transfer news. I'm talking about, of course, 10, 15 or 20 years ago. And maybe 4 or 5 times I read about you, both of you. Is it true or not? I just wanted to know. Has any possibility for you, I'm talking about 20 years ago, to come to Turkey to play for an Istanbul team?
If I can start, actually, before I went abroad to play, I was still playing in Finland. I think it was 94 or something. I went to Samsunspor for 4 days to practice with the team, and they were having a training camp in the mountains or something, and I was there for a few days. But I think 2 days I spent with the team and 2 days in Istanbul. Istanbul is a lovely city, so it was a great experience trip for me. But I didn't think that that was a right move for me at that time. And then during my stay in Liverpool, I heard that Galatasaray had some interest in me, but I was happy with Liverpool, and I didn't have to. I felt that I was happy there. It wasn't really realistic for me to come to Turkey.
Thank you, Sami.
And myself, it's pretty similar to Sami. I heard a lot of rumors, but nothing ever came concrete. So I heard a lot of rumors about a Turkish side coming in, but nothing ever came in concrete. So no.
Just rumors.
Yeah, I would have loved to have come.
Okay, thank you very much, Emile. I was really wondering to know those answers, so thank you very much.
No problem.
Because I was the one waiting for you here. Maybe they will come, maybe they will sign, but now I know. I was just waiting.
There has been many good players playing in Turkey, so
yes.
Yeah. But we have a chance to watch Milan Baroš here.
Yeah.
So Albert Riera.
Mm-hmm.
We were really lucky. Some Liverpool players.
Martin Skirtle.
Yeah. By the way, Erman is here. As I told you, he's the Premier League commentator of the official broadcaster in Turkey. Mm-hmm. Erman, welcome.
Welcome. Hi, Sami. Hi, Emile.
Hi.
Hi,
we are really very glad to take this opportunity. My first question for Emile Heskey. Actually, I know the answer, but let's see. He was born in Leicester. He started to play football in Leicester, and then he went to Liverpool, and the rest is history, all we know. Now, Liverpool or Leicester, maybe one of them will out of the Champions League. What do you think about this weekend? Which one will he support?
So this is what I'm going to do. I want them both to win and Chelsea to lose. Yes. That's the best option.
This is the worst option for Turkey because if Chelsea cannot secure its fourth place, the Turkish champs Beşiktaş cannot go group stage directly. So this is not a good option for us, but I can understand your.
But it's the best option for me.
Yes, I can understand it. Yeah.
But no, I think when you look at what Liverpool have done to get to themselves into the position that they are, it's fantastic because this season has been so up and down. It's been like a roller coaster, not just for the players, for the fans, for the club, etc. So to get to this point now where you have your destiny in your hand and you can still secure that top four, it's fantastic.
What did you feel both when Alisson went to the other box and Trent crossed it? What did you think?
That was amazing. That happens. Doesn't often happen, but I've seen it happening in few games before. And actually, I went to YouTube to see all goalkeepers scored, and they were quite nice ones. A few nice ones as well. But it was amazing that very, very obviously everyone knows that it was very important goal what he scored. And I think the funniest thing about that was the statistics that somebody found that he has scored more often than Kara. So, that was actually quite funny. But he has had a tough time as well with his father dying, and then the baby was born, and his life has been up and down as well, and few mistakes maybe in the games as well. Maybe these things were part of that he couldn't get his concentration. But yeah, he was a hero that day, and I'm happy for him, and also happy that it was a winning goal. So last minute, I've had one last minute header that we won against Wolves 1-0 back in the days. So I know how it feels, but maybe this one was more important because everyone knows that we need to win our game.
Yeah, I think for myself it's just so special. It's funny because whenever I see a goalkeeper going up, I just always think, go back. Go back, go on. But now I can't say that because he scored a goal.
Liverpool loves the magic, I think. In every aspect, Liverpool loves the magic.
Lost the magic.
Yeah.
Loves the magic.
Loves. Okay. Yeah. I remember from all the finals I played, I think there never was a dull final, that very boring final. Every final I played.
We didn't like boring finals, did we?
Yeah. Like 2001, we had maybe the Birmingham 1-1 draw and then penalties. That was a bit boring. But then 5-4 in the UEFA Cup and 3-3 in the Champions League 2005, 3-3 2006 in the FA Cup, and then the 2001 the Arsenal one. All great. So
like to keep everyone on their toes.
Big drama.
Yeah, I just
Not
want to,
good for the fans, though.
yeah, we talked about miracles. I just want to talk about another miracle, especially for Sami, for you. I want to take you to December 8th, 2004, cold night at Anfield, the final group match in the Champions League. One goal is needed and 5 minutes left, but Steven Gerrard takes the stage and Anfield gone wild. We're on the field for 90 minutes on that day. I'm talking about Olympiacos match. Can you tell us about that game? Can you describe your feelings?
Yeah, we knew that we had to win with 2 goals. So, and Rivaldo scored the first one. I think it was a free kick as well. He scored the first one, so our task was a little bit more difficult. And I think half time was 1-0 for them, or not. That we scored all the 3 goals in the second half, if I remember right. It's the magic end at Anfield as well. I don't know, it just clicked in the second half. We made some substitutions, and I think they worked out very well. And everyone remembers the third goal. And I remember the commentators, they were like, I think, jumping up and down in the box and everything. And that was one of the goals that I've seen many times now after that happened. And that was a special goal, of course, as well, to get us through from this group stage. And at the end, to win it. So we've had in the years, we've had few times that we were at Anfield and we had to win. I remember Roma was the other that we had to win with 2 goals, and we did it. So yeah, I don't know if in with our team, that when we were back against the wall, that then we were more dangerous. But yeah, the Olympiacos is still fresh in my mind. So
yeah, that was another magical night at Anfield, we can say. I want to ask another question for Emile. How does it feel to play in front of Anfield stands and celebrate your goals in front of the cup end? Can you say the greatest in history for the Anfield atmosphere?
Yeah, 100%. It's iconic, isn't it? And special, and gives you goosebumps. Especially now when there's no fans, you really appreciate that. My time and the era that we played in, it's only going to be this year that they're not played in front of fans, but it's just so you really appreciate the fans a bit more, because again, they're the ones who actually drive you to score goals, to win games, to play better, to run harder, to kick more, and you realize that they mean so much to you while you're on the pitch. And yeah, 100%, it's just an iconic feeling to go out in front of that crowd first and foremost, then to play and to score at the cup end as well.
I have a quick question for Emile.
Yep.
Bahadur, if I may.
Of course.
Emile, I want to ask you, do you want us to call you as Emile Heskey from Liverpool? Do you want us to call you like this because you played for Bolton, Newcastle, and Aston Villa, Wigan? I know the answer, but I just want to hear it from you. Do you want us to call you Emile Heskey from Liverpool?
Of course. And this is where everyone remembers me from, to be honest. Funny thing is, when I left Leicester and I wanted to play for Liverpool, I was winning cups at Leicester, but I wasn't challenging for titles. I wasn't challenging for the big honours. And this is one of the things why I moved to Liverpool. I wanted to challenge for things, and then to go and have that historic season with the likes of Sami driving us for that, to actually win the League Cup, the FA Cup and the UEFA Cup, is just phenomenal. But this is the reason I came to the likes of Liverpool, because you have the opportunity to be the best and play with the best and win the biggest trophies. Unfortunately, we never got to win the league, but we won the others. And then obviously I left, and then they go and win the Champions League.
Another question actually for you both can answer, because Sami played with him together, but also Emile played against him. I'm talking about Jamie Carragher. Based on their primes, does Jamie Carragher or Virgil van Dijk stand out? Which one do you prefer?
I think Virgil is the best centre back I've ever seen. He's so comfortable with the ball, can play short passing, can play long passing, monster in the air. And I think he's winning all the headers, and also dangerous in the box of the opposition. Also then defending, that he's so quick and strong. And I think he's better than Cara. But I enjoyed playing with Cara. He talked a lot on the field. Communication is very, very important. I think Virgil has also brought that communication on the field with the current team. That before him, I think there wasn't that much communication, and there was not enough leaders on the field and brought it as well. But yeah, I must say, if I have to choose who is the better player, I think it's Virgil van Dijk, and Kara knows it. Good friend with Kara, and I don't want to upset him, but he knows it himself as well.
Emil, what do you say about that?
Yeah, look, I think I have to follow what Sami's saying. But when you're looking at leaders, I think Jamie Carragher led by example when it comes to the vocal side of things, really talking and really organising the game. He had great players around him that could do the other stuff, and he just was very vocal on that side of things. Virgil has everything in his locker, and he can pull upon it if he needs to. He does the lot. We just pray he comes back as the same person.
I have a question for Sami. Sami, you already did important CV for your manager career, like Finland assistant manager, Bayer Leverkusen, Brighton, Zurich, I think also Haka assistant manager. Would you dream about Liverpool? This is my question. Do you have such a dream? Would you like to be in Jurgen Klopp's place one day?
I think I would be dreaming if I said that, yes, but but at the moment, not that much in my mind. That it was 11 months after I stopped playing that I was the manager of Bayer Leverkusen, and I was unexperienced. Stations I've had so far, I haven't been that lucky with them. Being unexperienced, I made some mistakes that I would never do again. But coaching still interests me. That now I'm in that kind of situation in my life that my kids are 14 and 17, so I want to give this time to them. I will be home, but when they move away from home, then I'm sure back be coaching. I don't know where yet, and I know the situation is that I have to start from low and build up the reputation again, and who knows what happens then later on. That there's no age gap or age limit. How old can you be as a manager? So I have plenty of time to build the reputation again, and who knows what's going to happen.
Very good luck.
Thank you.
I have a question now. I will ask a question about the style of football. As you know, some says the style of football really changed now. It just depends to passing. It used to depend to more physical. So, of course, the managing styles change depends of the style of the football. So, do you think you can play better, or it will be more difficult for you to play now? This is my first question, and okay, then I will ask it after your answers.
For myself, I believe, and this is what most footballers will say, they believe they're adaptable within different eras. At the end of the day, I came from Leicester, which was a different formation and a different style of football than when I came to Liverpool, which was a lot more possession-based football and building up. Whereas Leicester, it was more back to front and then play on the front foot there. So I believe I could probably adapt a little bit to that now as well. So no problem for me.
Emil, you would be okay, but I wasn't quick enough. When you look at the players, they are like 100 meters sprinters, pick up bodies and very quick. So probably I would have maybe more problems today than I had 25 years ago, because the game is quicker now and the players are quicker as well. My strongest point was reading the game. I would still to be able to read the game, but maybe I would be in trouble maybe more nowadays. And I liked always to play with a big center forward who can't move. So I was strong in the air as well, and usually the ball came in the air to him. Then that was easy game for me when that happened. But I was always struggling more with the smaller and quicker one. But Emil was big and quick, so he was very difficult opposition.
Don't you think that if you played as a libero, 3 in the middle, and you played in the middle, and you could step in?
Yeah, for sure. But now, if many asked that if I could play now in the Liverpool side, I couldn't play. I couldn't defend on the halfway line. Mm-hmm. That a lot of space in my back. So that would be a little bit of problem for me. When we played, we weren't that high on the field that we didn't have so much space behind our back.
The second question is about the managers, the style of football, of course. Is it better for you to play with Klopp? Because you work with legends like Rafa Benitez, Gerard Houllier, really, really important managers. But if you are on the pitch now, it will be easier for you to play for Klopp, or other names were easier to work with, or the style of football suits more to you for Klopp or the others?
For myself, I would say Gerard's the style and his management style was fantastic for myself. He knew me from a long time, so he understood what I needed. It would be great to play under Klopp because, again, I don't think there's anyone who's had a bad word to say about him. So he knows when to be tough with you but he knows when to give you put his arm around you, and I think there's a fine balance between that when managing certain players. So I would love to have played underneath him, but I played underneath a fantastic manager in Gerard Houllier, and we went on to do some fantastic things.
Yeah, for me, I almost answered that already before. Maybe Klopp's style of play wouldn't suit me that much because I wasn't the quickest. So maybe if the defense was a little bit lower, that not too much space behind my back, that suits me better. But Klopp is a great guy. I got to know him on the time when I was in Germany, and then now when he came a Liverpool manager, I was very happy that I knew how he was, and I've talked with him a few times after that. Just a passionate football guy, and almost always smiling and making jokes and everything. He's exactly what you see in the interviews. He doesn't play a role or anything. That he's so genuine, and he's a funny guy actually.
Thank you very much.
I want to ask to Emile. Emile, you won all the trophies with Liverpool jersey in your career. Which championship was the most memorable for you, most unforgettable championship for you?
If I'm honest with you, I'm going to say the FA Cup. The reason I say the FA Cup, even though the UEFA Cup was a very, very exciting game, by the time we played that game, that was, I think, our 62nd game, or maybe 63rd or something like that. So that game is kind of a bit of a blur for me. The FA Cup was just so brilliant. We played against a fantastic Arsenal side. We were very, very lucky that VAR wasn't around, because we'd have had 2 red cards and probably conceded 4 goals. But it was great to see the fact that we stuck in the game, and this is one of the things that we were really good at. We were really good at sticking in the game because we knew that we could actually get goals. We had Michael and myself, we had Robbie, we had Milan Baros. We had players like that who could actually go and get you goals, and that's exactly what Michael did. And as well, growing up as a young kid, the FA Cup was the only games that you could see on television. So yeah, it was just iconic to actually go there, win that, and lift that trophy.
So you were the only one who was celebrating after the FA Cup, because you don't remember the UEFA Cup at all. So.
I don't remember it.
Good old days. Thank you, Emma, for your answer. To ask to Sami this time. How does it feel to be a captain of the Liverpool, and can you describe your feelings about that?
Yeah, great honor. Liverpool was my favorite team when I was growing up. So signing for Liverpool was a big thing for me already. And then I remember, I think I was at Liverpool for 3 months, and we played West Ham away in London. And Robbie Fowler and Jamie Redknapp was the first captain, or the club captain, and Robbie was the vice captain, and they were both injured. They were not in London. Gerard Houllier came to me and said, "You have the armband because the boys are not here." So I was very surprised, but honored. It didn't change a lot how I played or anything, that if the armband was on me or other one had it, it didn't change a lot how I played. That I was exactly the same, and I wasn't outside the field. I wasn't the loudest, or I didn't want to be a center of any attention. That I rather sit in a corner and watch others to do something. That I want to see everyone, and I just watch and see what they are doing. And I wasn't in the dressing room. I wasn't loud or anything. So other guys had to do that. And maybe the example is the right word with me. That I always trained 100% with 100% concentration and try to be example for others that to do the same. And I still remember the day when Gerard Houllier said to me that Stevie will get the armband, and for me actually I was a little bit sad maybe when that happened, but I knew that how important thing it is for Stevie. Stevie was born in Liverpool and Liverpool lad and everything, and that's why maybe it wasn't such a big shock for me or big thing for me. That next day I searched him and I said that congratulations, that whatever help you need, I'm always there. So that worked out actually quite good, because I think from that moment on, Stevie was even bigger player, and I think mentally he grew in that period quite a lot and quite quickly. And I started to play better as well. That somehow I felt that some kind of burden went from my shoulders as well. That we've had quite difficult time before that, and I took a lot of the blame to myself because I was the captain. So that worked both ways. That I started to play better, and then we all know where Stevie went after the captaincy.
Thank you, Sami, for your answer. Another question for Emile for me. me. Emil, your relationship with Michael Owen was very important for Liverpool. I believe you won 3 trophies in 2001, if I say right? After that period, any duo in Liverpool remind you of this partnership? My answer about this question is maybe Suarez and Sturridge. That duo was very amazing, and I want to ask for your answer right now.
Yeah, look, I think that's probably the closest you can get to it because, again, they both had an understanding. Me and Michael had a really, really good understanding because we played together from a very young age. I was 18, Michael was 16, and we played together in the national team, and we've just... The thing with our relationship, he was really good at this and I was really good at that. Put it together, you've got a good partnership. And we understood each other. So I wasn't trying to step on Michael's toes and doing this. He wasn't trying to go and do that. We just made sure everything blended really well and we got the best out of each other. And Michael's a fantastic player. He went on to he's done some great stuff from a very, very, very young age. And when you're looking at statistics for young players, his statistics stand out above a lot of players. I know you see a lot of players talking about the likes of Rashford, Mason Greenwood, and all these. Michael's stats will stand way above all these players, and I think we just got to respect that in certain ways. But I think when you're talking about our partnership, that one could possibly. We're a little bit different to them, but they had an understanding as well. You know, they played work. They one thing with me and Michael, we stayed close to each other. So if I'm getting the ball here, I knew Michael was around me. If he's getting the ball, I've got to show for him to help him out, and that was the understanding that we both had.
Yeah. Thank you, Emil, for your answer.
I have last 2 questions. My last 2 questions, by the way. You know, we are all from Istanbul now, so I have a question about Turkey. I just wonder to find out your opinions about our football. We are always trying to success something, but as you know, in 10 years, we played one time with Galatasaray quarterfinal at Champions League. But we are always waiting for maybe 5 years more, 10 years more. What do you want to say about Turkish football? What do you know about Turkish football?
I don't see a lot of games from the league. You know that I follow the European competitions and I've always followed them and I think the one problem Turkey has that many other countries have that the big leagues, they are growing bigger and bigger. They are collecting all the best players, and maybe that's why for smaller countries it's a difference between the big ones and the smaller ones is getting bigger. So I think that's a big problem which we will have in the future as well. But I guess now I saw that the Turkish league was very tight this year, that the 3 teams were very close together, and goal difference, Besiktas won with goal difference.
Yeah, exactly, with the goal difference.
I think I follow Besiktas maybe more because I know Domagoj Vida. I was with him in Leverkusen, so that's why maybe Besiktas I follow maybe more than other teams. But yeah, that's why I knew actually what happened. But like I said, I think the difficulty with likes of Turkey, Belgium, Holland even, to be in the top of the European leagues, that the big leagues, they have so much money and they take all the better players. And maybe one year always could be somebody who makes a surprise, like Ajax did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And some smaller teams. Lyon was last year. They were a surprising team, and Atalanta. Atalanta is one good example. They come from Italy, but they are not the biggest teams in Italy, but they had good. So why not from Turkey? One year somebody can go very far even in the Champions League.
For myself, I just echo what Sami has said there, where it comes to the money. When you're looking at the likes of PSG, you're looking at your majority of the Premier League teams. They have so much funds that they have access to. They buy up the best players, but they don't just buy up the best players. They buy up the best young talent. So when you're looking at a lot of the players that go into the top teams in Turkey, it's generally when I wouldn't say they're finished, but they're on the other side of their prime, which still good players, but when it comes to actually being in the elite, they're not quite there. But again, this is where you actually feed into probably having some good young talent. Again, your young talent is going to possibly come to the Premier League. You've got Soyuncu, players like this who are fabulous players, but they're coming to the Premier League, they're going to Italy, they're going to places, Spain, to apply their trades and not staying in your actual league. I'll just say what Sami said. You never know. Someone outside of that you always have a surprise, and it could be a Turkish scene.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is my last question. This is something I'm really curious about. Sami, we can start with you. I really want to know what kind of players you legends like. For example, Liverpool board members are calling you one day and saying, Sami, we have unlimited money, but we can just sign with one player. So can you name one for Liverpool?
Oh, difficult. I think you should ask this from Jurgen Klopp because he knows it better. But
the board members,
I say that it's at the moment it's very difficult to say, and I say that the reason that 2 years prior to this season, team was so consistent that it was unbelievable. I know how difficult it is to keep the consistency that you every week, every game you perform the same way and you win game. 2 years, the one that we lost with 1 point to City, and then the year after, unbelievable for me. So I wouldn't change a player. I wouldn't want anyone to come there. And if I say Harry Kane said now that he wants to leave Tottenham, that if he comes to Liverpool, I think we would need to change our way of playing with Harry. If Harry was there, he would always stay front because he's a striker. He wants to be in the box when the ball is coming there to score goals. He's totally different player than Firmino, for example. That when he plays, he comes to the midfield to get the ball and he takes everyone around him to the game. Of course, Harry Kane has many assists as well this season, but he's totally different type of player. And maybe that would suit us. I don't know. But there's one name for you that maybe Harry Kane. But Klopp doesn't want to spend too much money on one player, that he wants to buy a good player with a little bit less money and make him a star.
I would probably say Haaland. The reason I didn't say Kane because I would say obviously Haaland's younger and you probably got a little bit more time to work on certain things.
But he would cost 200 million.
you said no fund. You said no budget, no?
Yeah.
But Klopp doesn't want to do it.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to buy anyone with 200 million.
I would say Haaland. Just say what Sami said. You'd have to change the way you play. Probably, I'd prefer to find someone who could play in that number 10 role and really make a difference in there. Because again, I think taking Firmino out, I know he's had ups and downs. I'd say taking him out, it affects the wingers and the way that they play. So. Because again, when you're dragging players out of your area, you're creating space for others and they actually see it before you've even done it. So once you start having someone just standing in that place, them get nullified because they don't know where to go. And that's when they have to change their game. So you'd have to change a lot of people's games if you start bringing certain types of forwards in.
I also want to ask my last question, and it's for Emile. Mm-hmm. We are just talking about the strikers, Kane, Haaland. Which striker do you see as closest to your style today? This is the one part of the question. And the other part is Harry Kane. I don't know if you have a connection or friendship with him or not, but you are English and he's maybe the most important player for England now. What is your opinion about his future career?
So closest to me, I'd probably say Lukaku. Big lad up front, but actually can do a little bit more. He's quick, drives with the ball, I played left, I played right, can do that as well. So I'd say Lukaku. Lukaku's finishing, he gets in them areas a lot more than I did though. And then Harry Kane, his future, it all depends on what he wants to do because again, I told you I left Leicester having won trophies. We went to three League Cup finals in 4 years, but I wanted more. I wanted to get to FA Cups. I wanted to challenge for the league title. Harry Kane is getting plaudits for his goals. What else you got on that cabinet? You've got nothing else to show that you've won anything. So I think at some stage he's got to make a decision that he's about what he wants. As in, does he want to win trophies with a team? Does he want to dominate the league? Does he want to do things like that? And it's very important to him. And we sit here as pundits, put things in people's minds. But again, they'll be thinking about that. We'll be thinking about that. The funny thing with the likes of Harry Kane, he'll be wanting to give it another year so he could then give it a good chance to win something and then leave. But again, do you give it another year and then another year and then another year? He's 28 now. Hasn't got that many more years.
Thank you.
One last question for me, for both actually. Sami, if you were playing football nowadays, which defender you want to play together? And for Emile, which midfielder or winger do you want to play together?
Easy answer for me. There's only one player I want to. Virgil, definitely.
Easy answer for me as well, Mo Salah. Just let him create his space and just get in the box. He'll do everything else.
Thank you for your answer.
Yeah, but I thought you said Trent or Andy Robertson, who crosses the ball all the time in the box, that you can head them in. So
true, that is very true. Actually, that is very true. I never thought of that one.
They both are attackers too, so we can count on them.
Because Mo will shoot himself. That he's not gonna he's not gonna cross the ball or pass the ball.
Let's pray that he passes it.
Yeah.
Thank you. My questions are done. And if we got any more, Burak or Arman?
I don't have any questions, and it was a privilege for me to meet with you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is a really nice memory for me and my friends also. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sami.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys for joining us today, and all the best. And hopefully we'll see you all at Anfield very soon. We'll look forward to that.
We look forward to that.
Have a nice afternoon.
Great to meet you. See ya.
Bye.